Brewton Elementary is a U.S. Department of Education Blue Ribbon School. They can recognize up to 420 schools. They chose to recognize 325 schools. And of those 325 schools, Alabama is only allowed to submit 5 for that nomination. So there are 5 schools in Alabama each year that are recognized as a Blue Ribbon School. And I just want to tell you the company that we're in this year. This year, that company is Hall Kent Elementary in Homewood. You've got Mount Laurel Elementary in Shelby County, McMillan International Academy, Montgomery County System, and Orange Beach Elementary, and of course, in Baldwin County School System. And then you've got Brewton Elementary and Brewton City Schools. And that's a huge thing because we're joining Mountain Brook and Vestavia Hills and Winfield. What does it take to get there? We are an exemplary high-performing school. There are 2 awards, the exemplary high-performing and a closing the gap award. So we are the high-performing. All of the schools that were recognized this year were high-performing schools. To be a high-performing school, that meant that you had to be in the top 15% of the state. And if you have subgroups, then all of those subgroups have to be in the top 40% of the state. And so for us to be in that, it says a lot. It says a lot about what you've done each and every day, each and every year. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't start in 4th grade, 3rd grade, 2nd grade. It goes all the way down now to our pre-K. This year's award was also focused on COVID response. What did we do during the pandemic to benefit the community and our children? And each and every one person in this room knows exactly what happened. You guys came together. I think we talked to Dr. Varner. We talked to everyone. The secret, I think we all know, is what? We were here. We were here for our children. Every day we were here for our children. We didn't shut down. We didn't take a break. When a child was absent or had to be quarantined, we did what needed to be done to reach those children and reach those families. And when we shut down, we were up here packing meals and making packets and contacting parents, making phone calls, doing the videos, saying the pledge, making sure that we stayed engaged with the community and our families. And we know that's the secret. And so we wrote all of that up into a grant. We had a great committee, but we'll be a model school. Look for people to ask you questions about what you do, and I want you to answer them. This is about taking what we've learned and making the children education for the children of Alabama better, not just those in Brewton City now. So I'm excited to be the principal of the Blue Ribbon School, but I was excited the day I came to work with each and every one of us. So I expect more to come, and I'm just proud to work with each and every one of you, and you all deserve just a huge pat on the back.
And there's not a school system anywhere that doesn't feel like they have the best schools. That's how people are. They like their own. They like their town. They like their school. But here's what happens. When we put this up there, we didn't use our own measuring stick. We took our biases out of it. We put somebody else's ruler up against us. Somebody else measured us and said, you know what? You're up here. And that is just incredibly awesome, because what they're telling us is what we already knew. What we already knew about Brewton Elementary School, what we already knew about our school system gets validated when people outside bring their yardstick and lay their yardstick up next to us and measure us and weigh us and say, you know what, y'all are a Blue Ribbon School. That's incredible. And it takes everybody, whether it's the bus driver that is the first person to greet that child in the morning when they get on the bus, whether it's the cafeteria worker that feeds, whether it's Nurse Howell that doctors them up and sends them back, or gets them out of class so they don't make everybody else sick, whether it's the IA that's working with them in between, when they went for remediation, or the teachers, or the administrators, or the guy. It doesn't matter. It takes everybody pulling in the same direction to have this kind of success. Everybody impacts what we do at Brewton Elementary School.
Y'all make my job easier. I've been a high school principal for 17 years, and my job is easier here. And you guys make that happen. You start the rigor and the curriculum starts however young, kindergarten all the way up. And when they come to us, they're ready to learn, and they expect to learn. And it's just so much easier. We still have problems. We still have teenagers and all that angst. And, none of that's going to go away by waving a magic wand. But you guys are the answer. This is like winning a national championship. I'm a Dr. Varner, but just take a minute to celebrate. Thank y'all for all the hard work you do and for making my job easier. I appreciate it.
Mayor, would you like to say one few words?
If you ask a politician to say a few words, y'all gonna You know, I go to a lot of meetings all over the place, and C.R. Miller is a school institution. People commend us all the time, and it seems like lately it's just been one thing after another, and it's just continues to build on it. It's a 700-win football team. It's a school superintendent who's superintendent of the year. It's a school now that is a blue ribbon school. And we're a small town in South Alabama, and I could not be more proud to be the mayor and have a school system like we have for our children is really beyond compare. So I congratulate each and every one of you, and I congratulate all the children that come in, the parents. So congratulations.
So thank you each and every one for what you do. I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all are just amazing. You're amazing educators, and I hope you know it. Now, like I said, celebrate.
That's right. That's right. Same thing at the hospital.
And
Oh, this is one of those career achievements. People go their whole career and not have an opportunity to celebrate something of this magnitude. It's really incredible. But again, it's just validation of what we already knew about our school and about our school system, that we knew we did a good job. But to have it validated by somebody from outside, certainly by the U.S. Secretary of Education, is an incredible honor and incredible recognition.
Well, the great thing about Brewton Elementary is we do what we're supposed to do. So it mostly was just telling about things that we already do. It wasn't it was a lot of typing out. But as far as gathering this stuff, it wasn't like I was having to find a needle in a haystack. These are things we already do. We had to talk about our art program, our music program, our technology. We had to talk about what we do to help struggling kids, what we do to help students who are more advanced, how we help our own level kids. We had to talk about, how we help the different demographics. All of those things. We had to talk about school pride and how we handled COVID and things like that. So I just had to type up things that we already do.
Tell me about this team you got behind you, what they have achieved.
Oh, I've got a phenomenal team at Brewton Elementary. So they've a national blue ribbon school. It's just amazing. I see amazing work from them each and every day. They're a loving, they're a caring staff, but they are so competent and driven. I love the way they embrace professional development, but at the same time, they go above and beyond to care for the social and emotional learning of our children. So it's not a day goes by where I'm not pleased with what I see about the interaction between our teachers and our students. It's a validation. This award's a validation of everything that they do. The hard work that they've put in for years.
It seemed like a summer or so ago we were riding school buses and delivering lunches. Is that part of what this is about, the dedication y'all have for these kids in and out of school?
Yes. This year the theme of the award writing or the application was centered around how we respond to COVID. And so much of the writing that we did was about all the hard work that we did, not just between 8 and 3, but what we did after that. Did we, packing the meals during the shutdown, making the phone calls, the videos, the reaching out and learning new methods of teaching. We never knew what it was like to teach virtually or remotely. That was a new thing for our people. But they embraced it, and again, they did it because not just because it was their job, it was the right thing to do.
To see our teachers who work so hard every single day, they go above and beyond what is ever expected of them, is amazing. This award is all about them and their students. I'm simply here as a support system to them to help them out in any way that I can with their data and with certain strategies. Right now, all of our reading teachers, 100% of our reading teachers are in a 2-year professional development called Letters. And in that, they're learning the science of reading. And what I'm noticing about our data is for the first time in years, our reading data is getting stronger and stronger. So I do believe that the professional development that they're receiving is making a difference in the classroom with the students. And then also vocabulary is very important in comprehension. You know, you can't comprehend if you don't have a good, strong vocabulary. So one of the things that our teachers can do for our students is to, not necessarily in so many words, but make sure that the words they use are very rich words in their classroom. Our teachers are phenomenal. We work as a team. Every morning it is Good Morning BES family. And we really believe that. We are a family.
I truly believe we're the best, and I see why. And one of the things that I think we do really well is that we tell the kids that they're the best. We make them believe it. And if they truly believe that they're the best, then they're going to do their best. And they're going to work towards that. So I think, you know, moving forward, we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue, you know, showing them how special that they are and that all children learn every day. That's our motto, and we truly believe it. And I think that's what sets us apart.
Most of the schools that are on the list, of the 5 schools that are on the list, they're going to be in very affluent, rich areas. Areas that have educated parents, they have resources, they appreciate the value of an education. It's the Mountain Brooks and the Vestavias that you would expect to always be at the top of the list. But for Brewton City Schools, we're just a medium income rural community. To be able to achieve at the same level those schools are achieving it is just really incredible.
In your view, what do you think sets y'all apart from what you do?
I think it's the faculty and staff here at the school. They're just committed. They do whatever it takes to get these kids where we want them to be. And the parents are committed, the kids are committed. It's just everybody working together. We're just a really big family. Even the community, it's more of a family kind of atmosphere. We have a really supportive PTO at the school, and the parents have always been very supportive of the teachers. We have lots of parents that help their kids after school. They even come and do mentor type things with the kids. Well, I think our response to the COVID was different than a lot of schools because we didn't stay at home. We didn't just do online school. I personally was able to talk to a lot of kids on the phone. I literally worked out problems through FaceTime, Zoom calls. I had one little girl that called me at least 5 or 6 times every single day during that time, just to, you know, make sure she was understanding what she was doing at home with her packets. I think the fact that teachers got on school buses and went and delivered meals to the kids, I think that was something different that maybe a lot of school systems didn't do. Just the interaction that we got to have with some of the kids during that time, I think made a big difference. Kids need their teachers. They have to have that one-on-one interaction with them. And I think us taking the extra steps to do that, even in those times when it probably wasn't the going thing to do, that we did it anyway because the kids were more important than all the other stuff.
It's an amazing thing to be able to add to the list of achievements that our school system has. Now, each one of our schools are rated A schools. Now to get our elementary school rated as a blue ribbon school, that's something, there's only 4 other schools in Alabama that have that. So now we have something that we can tell people that makes Brewton unique, makes our school system unique, and is an attractant to parents that have children to come to Brewton, come to our schools, work and live in our town. You know, it's just icing on the cake. Anytime that Brewton gets recognized, it takes us up one more level. And Brewton has been very fortunate over the years that we seem to be first class, and we continue to move the the ball a little bit further every year, and it gets something as a mayor when I go to meetings and when I'm meeting with prospects, makes you very proud to be able to tell them. I don't have to make excuses. I'm just building on things that have been done before me, and it's really easy to build on it when you're building on excellence.